Hello, Sunday 4 p.m. If the camera is a bit shaky and quality is a bit off, I'm using this cheap action cam. First thing this morning when I got up, I made a 50-kilometer scooter ride. One of the negatives what comes to not owning a car, you have to use what you have. So I had my camera with me and the battery took a bit of a beating since it wasn't all that warm. And while I was riding, I made kind of a part 2 for my scooter videos. The first video took me by surprise actually. I uploaded it and then there was a long time when I didn't log into this channel. So that video was just there, but I wasn't paying any attention to it. And when I started these vlogs again, I think it was a few weeks ago, if I remember correctly, I watched through my videos, my older videos, and that video has something like almost 7.8k views. And that was a surprise, because I never meant it to be anything bigger, I just did it. But obviously there are people around the world who are interested about scooters and scooter gear. So that was a bit of a oh yeah, and that's the most viewed video on this channel, because obviously the views of my regular videos are not all that high. If one video makes it to, let's say, 30 views, for me it's quite a lot of views. But anyways, now I'm cooking, or well anyways, I'm waiting for oven to heat up, because this will be a simple day when it comes to eating. Just put some chips into the oven and some sausage or something, I don't know. So this will be an easy meal for today. And I was a bit of a surprise. I stopped to a gas station for refuel and a bit warming up. And while I was there, I took a coffee and I watched through today's news. And I think humankind, what comes to this area, has lost their touch what comes to the past, because it was freezing cold weather is coming to Finland. I was like, okay, weather forecast -30. Obviously, newspapers using clickbaits on their websites or in the front cover, that's nothing new. But since when -30 has become a monster cold? I don't really understand. Because if I remember correctly what that news article said, 1999, the coldest day measured in that year was something like -51.4. if I remember correctly. And obviously there are a whole lot colder places in the world, so come on, -30, that's nothing new. It's winter, we're up north, so duh. Although I live in the southern east part of Finland, and if we would have days when it's -30, then you could say that it's a bit cold. But up north, -30, nothing new, ordinary day. And if I haven't watched that video completely, but what Skaz said, was it -3 in UK and some snow, and there was this kind of mini chaos already going on? They should come here, visit, and maybe take a car ride or something like that to get some perspective. I know I've been talking about weather quite a bit lately, but it's just so easy, at least for me, to forget that you don't need to go all that far from here in order to find places where -few degrees and some ice is a big thing. But considering that, well, I'm 189 centimeters tall, and I don't think if you can see it correctly, but this is my eye level. and this is the snowbank behind me. So we have a bit more snow than that. So it's sometimes hard to make that adjustment that okay, there are places not too far when some coldness is a big thing. Obviously because they're not used to it. So I just went to the post office to get a package, something that my wife ordered. And then I have 3 videos to edit and upload, including this one. And I thought that I would have a day off today. Nope. On the road all day. Or at least outdoors all day. And with a frozen camera it was a bit hard to film. Although today when I was taking that scoot ride, I felt kind of pissed off for not having a camera mount on my helmet. Because that footage would have been pretty nice, although there is no anti-shake on that camera, so it would have been quite nauseating to watch, but still weather was great. Now it's obviously dark again, it's about 5 p.m. I think, bit after, something like 5:30. And tomorrow is gym day. Add Valley Girl style, can't even, to here. It's been a while since the last time I went to the gym. I think it's something like, well, almost a month because of my back. I pretty much exploded my lower back when I was in my early 20s. I jumped off a apartment building's balcony and I landed straight to my ass. So there are two bones that basically crushed, and it'll be a reminder for the rest of my life. Don't do stupid things. But well, I was young, what can I say? Poor explanation. But anyways, now home, then I have some computer stuff to do, some bills to pay and so forth. And I really do hope that there's nothing more to do today. And by the way, it wasn't the igniter in our bathroom that was busted. It's there's a small transformer inside of the casing of that light. That is probably broken. I switched the igniter, I switched that light pipe, whatever it's called, and it still doesn't work, it's just blinking. So I called a few people who know better than me what comes to electronic stuff or electric works and so forth, and they said that it's probably that small transformer that's busted. I think they called it in English, it's a power throttle or something like that, and that's broken. So electrician should come tomorrow. We called Friday. We called to them Friday, and obviously you can't get service if it's a weekend. So I hope they're coming to fix it tomorrow, because it's kind of a thing. Because our shower is in that same room, and you don't want to use any kind of a light that gets its power from the outlet while you're in the shower. So one last trip to the grocery store, and I can say that my step goal is done for today. Before I left home, I uploaded the combo video of days 4 and 5 of this daily vlog series, and I also uploaded a video that was about riding a scooter during winter. And there were quite a few repetition between those 2 videos, but I was thinking about making that scooter video yesterday and day before that, so those things were kind of on my mind. And well, by the way, now when I remember, if you don't live in Scandinavia, do you have Quark? Quark. I'm trying to find the English definition of it and put it down there. Because during last summer, last fall, I watched quite a lot of fitness videos from YouTube. They were mostly Americans, but there were some people from UK, maybe also 1 or 2 Germans or something like that.
And what comes to protein, they were talking about chicken breasts, cottage cheese, egg whites, about different kinds of protein powders, protein shakes, but I don't remember anyone mentioning Quark. And that's kind of odd to me. So don't they have that stuff outside Scandinavia, or is it called something else? Because if you're thinking about a good kind of a contained source of protein, Quark is one of the best ones. And what comes to contained, I mean that it's easy to take with you, for example, to work. Although you have to keep it in a fridge, but still, it's just one container and it's one serving right there. Or if they have it, but they think it tastes disgusting, they haven't tried it with something like berry soup or something like that, because it's... But anyways, and when I get back home from here, I was thinking about starting Rage, that final playthrough of Rage, because that's one of the games I've started multiple times on stream and on my own, but I've never finished it. I never finished it for some reason. And again, now when I remember, if you play it on PC like me, the hit reg seems to be off. I mean, if you have a revolver and you shoot the enemy slowly, like dung, 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 you can see the visual indication that you're hitting the person or the enemy. You can see this blood splatter and they go like, ugh. But if you shoot rapidly, you can see the visual indications, but they don't seem to register. I've tried it. I've tried to rapid fire with that pistol, the first gun you have, and it takes a lot more bullets if you just dung 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 dung. Even if you see that all the bullets are connecting visually. Let's say that it takes 6 hits when you shoot like dung 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 without headshots, all body shots. But if you shoot slower, it only takes 3 shots to kill. So is that a PC thing, or is it the same on console? Tell me if you played it on console, because I'd really like to know. Although I have my frames capped to 60 on that game, so it should be console-like. But still, I don't get it why it takes so damn many bullets. Snowplows haven't done their job completely, I see. This is a road. There's some plowed snow. This should be a parking lot. Although it's Sunday, so maybe they'll plow it later. I was thinking how to say this one thing in English before filming it. And I was counting years. And then all of a sudden I remembered once again, that goddamn, I've been with the same person for almost 18 years. That's quite a long time these days for a person my age, or near my age. There are relationships who don't last 18 months, and there are marriages that are over in shorter time than that. And obviously, because finding that Mr. or Mrs. Right seems to be the trend of the day, people are trying to find those from Tinder and all kinds of others, mobile dating services. Although the only people I know who are on Tinder are only there for cheap sex, but who am I the judge? Well, the thing I was thinking about was Skyrim, and I'm thinking about getting it myself. My wife has it on her Steam, but I don't want to do this family share thing. So I want it to be on my account too. And back in the day I played the first Elder Scrolls game. And I've tried the Daggerfall. I mean, back in the early 2000s my wife was obsessed with it. And now she's almost obsessed with Skyrim. And the whole thing started from Rage. The Rage 2 is the only game I'm waiting for currently, but thinking that if I'm not wrong, it's a Bethesda game, so I really hope they don't add too many bugs or unique features into that game, because vanilla Skyrim, what I've heard, is not a very pleasant experience on PC. So you need mods in order to make it run as it should. I can be wrong, but I haven't done my research. But I've been thinking about it because I don't really have a single player game to play currently. And I would like to play more single player games. But I want these kind of first person action games. And Rage is one of them. Although if you've ever played the multiplayer on Rage 1, bit of a disappointment, because it's a racing game, for crying out loud. It's a first person shooter if you're playing the campaign. When you hop onto the multiplayer, it's a racing game. So it's like, what the... why? Although I know why. And the map of Daggerfall, what comes back to Elder Scrolls, is huge. Humongous. If you can find a video, there's a video on YouTube that shows the different sizes of different popular video games. I mean the map sizes. And Daggerfall is huge. What comes to, for example, something like Elder Scrolls games in general, and what was Rust? Oh, sorry, not Rust. DayZ. GTA San Andreas, and I think they also use GTA 5's map. But anyways, it's huge, and sometimes the quick travel points don't work as they should, and if you get lost, good luck. Or if you sell an item to someone only to find out later that you need it, well, it's fun trying to remember who do you sell it to, or who do you sold it to. But Skyrim is one of the games I've been thinking about getting, although yes, I know it's an old game, but still I need something to play that's kind of an open worldly with a big map and first person. I mean, I liked Scum, but unless the developers don't fix the game from endless battle royale to survival, I'm not interested at all. And the more I'm thinking about it, the more DayZ calls me. Although I don't like the key binding layout. There are just too many things to do. For example, if you're getting shot, there are buttons you have to press in order to aim down sights. And obviously if you've played DayZ for a long time and you've used to it, you're thinking, what the heck is he talking about? It's easy. Well, it's not for me. I'm used to right click ADS. I'm not familiar with this. Push one key, it'll give you this kind of a concentrated hip fire, and then hit another key, it'll ADS. I'm not used to that. But single player games that would fill my criteria are kind of hard to find. Stalker games, maybe? Just posted all of my paperwork so I can get paid by my union, and I can laugh so hard. Sometime last year this thing called aktiivimalli, so active model, came into action, and that means that if you don't have a job, or so you're unemployed, if you're not working 18 hours in 3 months, they're going to cut your dole. So they're going to cut your unemployed payments if you don't work at least 18 hours during 3 months. That's not helping you to find job. That's basically kicking you in the head even more. So you can't find a job. Okay, well, here is this thing, if you don't work, we are going to cut your payment. Ridiculous. And the government said that, well, it will support people to find jobs. But how? Unemployed people are already getting not all that much. And then if you have a loan for a car or house or something that you bought before you were out of job, well, you're pretty much screwed right there. And now if you can't even find something like no short-term job or something like that, just doesn't work, in my opinion, that is. And I checked, the Rage 2 will be Bethesda games, be a Bethesda game, so we'll be seeing quite a few bugs or, well, unique features. I really do hope that when that game comes out later this year, the modding tools are available as quick as possible, because modding community has saved so many games. And also from a game dev point of view, it's, well, I do understand why they don't want to give out the modding tools and all that, but still there are games that are being saved by modders. And I really hope that this is one of those games, because when Rage first came out, PC port wasn't all that great, so you had to do all kinds of fixes in order to make the game run as smoothly as possible. And even after those, there are still some texture glitches if it's a big surface. And I think it was done using the same version of a game engine that they used for Doom 3, if I'm not wrong. Or if it wasn't the same version, it was still the same engine, because a lot of the textures are identical when it comes to Doom 3 and Rage. So we'll see. But I'll start downloading this, or editing and uploading this, and we'll see tomorrow. So see you.